These wonder women from history will change your perception of the ancient world. Hatshepsut. In the history books, Hatshepsut is the trailblazer for gender equality. She became the first and the longest reigning Egyptian female pharaoh and ruled from around 1479 to 1458 BCE. Hatshepsut became Egypt's queen when she married her half-brother, Thutmose II, around the age of 12. She acted as regent for her stepson, Thutmose III, before assuming full powers. Her reign was marked by prosperity, architectural achievements, and maritime expeditions to the land of Punt, modern-day Somalia, or the Arabian Peninsula. Her legacy endures through impressive monuments like the stunning mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri. She often wore a false beard. Whether she died of natural causes or was overthrown by her stepson, nobody knows. Sappho. If you think Shakespeare is the greatest literary figure, wait until you meet this woman. A Greek lyric poet known for her poetry exploring themes of love and relationships, both heterosexual and homosexual, Sappho is often referred to as the 10th Muse. Sappho was born around 630 BCE on the island of Lesbos. Her birthplace is where the term lesbian originates. Roxana. Everyone related to Alexander is great, even his wife, but Roxana is more than just a mother and spouse. The only legit wife of Alexander the Great and mother of his son, Alexander IV, Roxana played a pivotal role in the struggles for power among Alexander's former generals after his death. Roxana's marriage to Alexander solidified her as a key player in the Hellenistic world. Born in Bactria, modern-day Afghanistan, Roxana was a Persian princess who brought cultural diversity and astute knowledge of the region to her role. Roxana and her son were imprisoned by Cassandra, who had them executed, bringing an end to the line of Alexander the Great's direct heirs. Cleopatra VII. The list of powerful ladies in history is incomplete without Cleopatra. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra ascended to the throne at 18 years old. Cleopatra's relationships with Roman leaders, Julius Caesar and Marcus Antonius, remain history's favorite topics. She had a son named Caesarion with Julius Caesar. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra and her son went back to Egypt, where she became the last pharaoh of Egypt. Cleopatra was a serious philanthropist and offered financial aid to people. After her suicide at the age of 39, Cleopatra's 3 surviving children were sent to Rome. Despite her glorious reign, the fate and location of her tomb remain a mystery to this day. Artemisia I of Caria. Artemisia I was a woman of high stature about whom Persian King Xerxes said, "My men have become women, and my women men." She was the queen of Halicarnassus in Caria, modern-day Turkey. She was the only female commander in the Persian fleet during the Battle of Salamis in 480 BC. During the naval battle, Artemisia deliberately attacked and sank a Persian vessel, causing the Greeks to redirect their pursuit, leading to their defeat. She commissioned the construction of the mausoleum at Halicarnassus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. She did this in honor of her husband, Mausolus, after his death. Empress Wu Zetian. The only female emperor in Chinese history, Empress Wu Zetian, was definitely outstanding. Wu Zetian ruled during the Tang dynasty from 690 to 705 AD. She also established the imperial examination system. A poet by heart, her poetry, known as the Regal Poems, was highly regarded. Wu Zetian began her journey as a concubine, rising through the ranks to become the primary consort, and later, the emperor herself. She was given the charge of the heirloom seal, meaning that her consent was necessary before any document or order received legal validity. Apart from her active life as an emperor, she was also a mother of 4 sons, 3 of whom became emperors. Spartan Women. The scarcity of written records from ancient Sparta hides Spartan women from history. Nonetheless, Spartan women received physical training and trained for wrestling. They had more independence compared to their counterparts, could own and manage property, and were educated. Women were seen as important spiritual figures in the community. In ancient Sparta, women who died during childbirth were honored. Girls in Sparta did not have to marry until they were 18 years old. The first ever female Olympian winner was Spartan. Her name was Ciniska, or Siniska. She was the daughter of King Archidamus II. Boudicca. The biggest nightmare for Romans, Boudicca was a Celtic queen of the Iceni tribe in ancient Britain who led a major uprising against Roman rule during 60 to 61 AD. Boudicca's rebellion eventually met a tragic end when her forces were defeated by the Romans. Rather than submitting to capture, it is said that she and her daughters chose to take their own lives to avoid Roman capture. Much of what is known about Boudicca comes from Roman historians like Tacitus and Cassius Dio. In 1902, a bronze statue of Boudicca and her daughters was erected in London, near Westminster Bridge. Cassandra. While mythical, Cassandra is remembered in history for her cursed prophecies. Cassandra was a Trojan princess, daughter of King Priam and Queen Hecuba. She was blessed with the gift of prophecy by Apollo, but later cursed. She could see the future, but no one would believe her. Cassandra's most famous prediction was her warning about the Trojan horse. People ignored her, which led to the fall of Troy. Cassandra's tragic fate continued when she and Agamemnon were murdered by Clytemnestra and her lover Aegisthus upon their return from the Trojan War. Joan of Arc. A peasant girl who, during the 100 Years' War, claimed to have received visions from saints urging her to support Charles VII, but she was captured and burned at the stake in 1431. Joan participated in several battles, often on the front lines. Joan of Arc wore a suit of armor and short hair, which became her iconic attire. She also wrote letters and delivered messages to the English forces, convincing them to leave France. After her execution, a posthumous trial was conducted, and in 1456, Joan was declared innocent. In 1920, Joan was canonized as the patron saint of France by the Roman Catholic Church.